Good morning, children. Welcome back to another session of Valenzuela Facebook Live. My name is Teacher RV, and I will be your virtual teacher in English for today. For your attendance, please type your name and the name of your school. Example, Scarlett Nicole T. Perez from Marola Central School. I will give you 3 minutes to accomplish your attendance for today. Thank you, children. For today, we are going to learn how to make connections between information viewed and personal experiences. We are also going to identify the 3 ways in connecting yourself and the information that you viewed or you have read. So making connection, children, is important because it helps us to understand the characters and the story much better. And I have here an example of the story. This story was written by Ken Geist and illustrated by Julia Corton, and the title is The Three Little Fish and the Big Bad Shark. Ready to listen? A mama fish sends her 3 little fish, Jim, Tim, and Kim, into the deep blue sea to make a home. Jim, the first little fish, spots a kind seahorse who gives him seaweed to build his house with. After building his house, a big bad shark comes knocking on the door, wanting to come in. Jim refuses to open the door, but the shark munches and crunches and smashes the house in any way. Jim runs away just in time to his brother Tim's house. They both work together to build a house out of sand. The shark comes knocking on the second house, and eventually smashes the house in two. Jim and Tim both swim away quickly and reaches their sister Kim, who was setting up her house in an old wooden ship. The big bad shark finds the three fish and knocks on the third house, but they refuse to let him in. The shark tries to smash the house in but ends up losing all his teeth instead. The three fish were all finally safe from the big bad shark. Okay, were you able to relate with the story that I have read? Let me see it in the comment section. Okay, most of you said yes. And like you, I was able to relate with the story because I was reminded of the story of the three little pigs. So it's like the three little fish and the big bad shark is the same with the story, the three little pigs. And if we're going to review or to recall what happened to the story, The Three Little Pigs, the story goes like this. So there are also three siblings, okay, or three brothers, and they were also building their own houses, just like the three little fish. So the first pig built his house using a straw, but the wolf blew it down. And the second pig also built his house, but this time out of sticks, and the same thing happened. The wolf came and blew it down also. But the last pig was a clever pig. He built his house using bricks, and the wolf was not able to blow it, and the wolf got angry. And at the end, they were able to defeat the wolf. So, just like what we felt during the reading of the Three Little Pigs and the review of the Three Little Fish, we were able to make connections. So, that is what we're going to talk about for today. So, we will encounter the terms text to self, a connection between the text and your life or experiences. You will also encounter the word text to text. It is a connection between the text and another text that you have read. And the text to world, it is a connection between the text and the events in the world. So we will discuss it. Number one will be the text to text. Okay, when we say text to text, it means we are making connection with the past articles or text that you read and the present article or text that you are reading. Same thing like what we did a while ago with the three little fish and the story of the three little pigs. We were able to relate to the story because we had a past experience or we have read the story of the three little pigs before. So text-to-text connection, maybe you have like this in mind. The character in the story is like that. So maybe I was thinking a while ago that the characters in the story, the three little fish, are like the same with the characters in the story in the three little pigs. And the setting in the story is the same in the setting in the story that I am reading. It could also be this event is like when just like a while ago, the big bad shark destroyed the house of the fish, and on the story of the three little pigs, it was the wolf who blew it down. And then these stories are alike. So I was able to relate. I was able to connect with the text because I have read or I have an idea about the story of the three little pigs, and it's like the same story with the three little fish. The second one is the text to self. When we say text to self, it is a connection between a piece of reading materials and the reader's personal experience or life. So this time we are relating what we are reading to our own experiences or personal experiences. I'm sure you know the story of Cinderella. And one thing that I can relate to with the story of Cinderella is how she loves her father. At the beginning of the story, we will know that Cinderella is a very good daughter, and she loves her father very much. And of course, I know you can relate with the story because all of you also you love your father very much. And by the way, let me greet all of your fathers. Happy Father's Day this coming Sunday. Don't forget to greet them also. Okay. And text to self connection, maybe you will think of like, this reminds me of So the story of Cinderella reminds me of my father. So like we have the same father, the characteristic of her father is like the characteristic of my father. I understand how the character feels because I felt the same way too. Or the setting makes me think about another place. Or it could be, I experienced this myself. That's why I was able to relate to the text that I am reading because I have experienced it myself. So that is the text to self connection. And the third is the text to world. Okay? So we make connections with real world happenings to text. Example, we have here a news about the lockdown in Manila. So there are 16 barangay who went 4-day lockdown. So we were able to relate because it happened to us and it happened worldwide. It happened in the Philippines. So this happened in real life. We were able to experience lockdown for several times. And this is something I heard on the news. You heard it several times also on the news. And this happened when there was a pandemic or there is a pandemic. And the story is similar to what we have experienced or to what other people also have experienced. So we were able to relate because it happened in real life. Okay? And that is the text to world. Okay, children. So since our lesson is very easy, I would like to give you a short quiz. Don't worry because it's very easy also. Okay, so I will read to you the directions. Okay, so read the following sentences, and all you need to do is to write the letter of the connections used in each on the space provided. So your options are the following. You have letter A, text to self, letter B, text to text, letter C, text to world. Okay, let me read to you the following. So for number 1, this story is similar with the one I read about Harry Potter. Is it text to self? Is it text to text or text to world? Number 2, while reading this book, Man's Best Friend, I remember my pet dog who died. Number 3, this is what I heard from the news. NCR will be under enhanced community quarantine starting on Monday. Number 4, something similar from this story happened to me when I lost my wallet. And number 5, I enjoyed reading this story. It reminds me of the story that I read about the lost treasure. Okay, 1 minute starts now. And time's up. Let us check your answer. For number 1, the correct answer is letter B. It is text-to-text connection. This story is similar with the one I read about Harry Potter. So you are relating Harry Potter to the one that you are reading right now. So that is a text-to-text connection. For number 2, while reading this book, Man's Best Friend, I remember my pet dog who died. So our answer is letter A because you were able to relate to the text using your own or personal experience. And number 3, this is what I heard from the news. NCR will be under enhanced community quarantine starting on Monday. That is a text-to-world connection. And number 4, something similar from this story happened to me when I lost my wallet? The correct answer is A. It is text to sell. And number five, I enjoyed reading this story. It reminds me of the story that I read about the lost treasure. So the correct answer is letter B. It's text to text connection. Okay, please comment your scores and let me see it in the comment section. Okay, keep on posting your scores in our comment section and congratulations for all those who got perfect score for today. Okay, so it's now time for our question and answer portion. Same thing, I will give you 3 minutes for you to type whatever questions you have in mind about our lesson for today. And I will answer that later. Okay, and your timer starts now. Okay, thank you for your questions. And the question that I got from the comment section is, Teacher RV, what is the importance of making connections? Or maybe, why do we have to learn the three connections? So number one, it helps the readers understand how the character feels. So if you're the reader, you will understand how the character in the story feel. Okay? And then another reason could be it helps the readers to have a clearer picture in their mind and engage in reading. And number three, it sets a purpose for reading and keeps the reader focused. So the following reasons are, I think, the importance of making connections with the text that we are reading. Okay, so I hope I was able to answer your question for today. Don't worry because you will see me again in the in the following live session. And children, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. Thank you and keep safe always. God bless everyone and goodbye.